Today I'm going to be doing some sewing. I haven't done any sewing for a really long time. I have a sewing machine that I bought during the first lockdown, but as I mentioned in my previous video, I haven't had loads of time to use it. I have an 18-month-old, I work now, I did before I had my baby, but I got back to work is what I meant. So I just don't get loads of time, and I don't have somewhere I can leave it out. Like this space usually is where my husband and I work from, and we both work from home. So usually this desk is cluttered with laptops and monitors and all kinds of crazy things. So I don't have somewhere to just leave my sewing machine, so it tends to just sit in the cupboard gathering dust. So I've cleaned it off today, ready to do some sewing. I don't have like a fancy machine or anything. I didn't want to spend too much money on it, so I just have a Brother HC14. I picked it up really cheap during lockdown. It was like 50 quid or something. And yeah, I'm going to be making something really simple today. I'm going to make a little like tool pouch to put all kind of my stuff in it, like put it on the other side now, but things like my tape measures, my tapestry needles, just bits and pieces that I tend to use for a lot of like my knitting projects, and I'll often have like a little bag that I put all my stuff in, and then the tapestry needles, the scissors and the tape measure will all be like somewhere at the bottom and I can never find them. So I thought it'd be a good idea to make myself a little pouch. I am also going to hope to make a top. It's from the Essentials Club, a pattern. Well, she doesn't really do patterns so much, does like DIYs, but it's something that she has done on her channel, and she does it as a crop top, but I'm going to make mine a bit longer. Not hoping to wear it just yet because the weather here in the UK isn't warm enough for it yet, but hoping to wear it in the summer once I've had my baby. But just nice to have things in the summer, isn't it? Like nice tops and shorts and stuff that you can wear. So that's what I'm hoping to make today. I have some material here that I picked up. This one is from my local sewing shop. It's not normally a pattern I would really go for. I don't really go for patterns so much. I kind of like keeping things simple. I like sort of like neutral plain colours. I'm a little bit boring. I like stripes, but mostly I don't really go for patterns. But this was in the sale. It is 55% linen and 45% rayon. There's 0.8 metres of it. It was £9.60 and it was reduced to £7.60, and I just thought it was really pretty to do my little pouch in. But I have nearly a metre of it, so I might be able to also make a top or something out of it as well, like one of the Essentials Club ones that I've mentioned. And then I picked up, very boringly, but from my local charity shop, I picked up a single white flat sheet. It's 100% cotton. But it was like £3, and like I said, I haven't done any sewing for such a long time that I'm a bit out of practice, so I kind of thought it would be something I could use to like trial some things, not draft some things, but trial some things, before I decide that I really want to go ahead and make something definitely. I have this thing where I decide that I want to make something. Well, when I first got my sewing machine, I did things on it like masks, because we were in lockdown and they were very handy at the time. So I've done things like masks, I've done things like baby bibs in this like really cute muslin material, like double gauze, just little bits and pieces, bookmarks. I've done coasters, like tiny little things. And then I kind of get the idea in my head like, oh yeah, I'm gaining some skills by doing that, but I really want to do garments. I really want to learn to like make dresses and shorts and trousers and all sorts of things. But I kind of like start off with something tiny, and then I'll decide that I'm going to do something massive. So I went from doing, not massive, but like more than I can probably, biting off more than I can chew at the moment. So I go from doing something like a pouch, and then I decide that I wanted to do, what's the pattern that's like really popular? It's a McCall's pattern for a really beautiful dress. It's the M6 something. It's the one that has like the crossover here, big puffy sleeves, really long. It's been on Instagram and YouTube and stuff loads. It's really gorgeous. I have the pattern for it. I cut it all out, again in a bed sheet, because I'd never actually made anything like that before, and I was really scared to buy actual material and ruin it. But I tried giving that a go, and halfway through I just got really, it was the bit I was getting lost with was when you're stitching like the bias binding around the sleeves and the neckline and stuff like that. and I did figure out how to do it, but it took me so long to do the first one that I just didn't get around to doing the second one. And then, like I say, I don't have somewhere to just leave my sewing machine out, so I had to put it away, and then it was ages and I never got around to just finishing it. So there's a couple of things I really want to make. I really want to make for the summer the Halloon dress by Paradise Patterns, and I really want to do some of the other patterns from the Essentials Club, but I want to kind of start off small, and that's why I think today I'm going to start with a pouch and a crop top, or in my case not a crop top, because I've just had a baby and I don't think that's the look that I'm going for. But yeah, I guess we should get started. So now I have cut out a piece of my like inside fabric that I'm going to have as this bed sheet, and then I have my pretty fabric, and I've got them wrong sides facing, and I'm literally just going to stitch all around the outside, leave a small gap so I can turn it inside out, and then I'm going to stitch it so that I have like a flap that goes up and then a flap that comes down, and then I have these little poppers from when I was making muslins, and I'm literally just going to put a popper in the middle, nice and simple. So now I have stitched all the way out around the outside, leaving a small hole. I am just going to snip these bits off, and then I am going to snip the corners and just get rid of any excess material, and then I will iron it and be back. Okay, so now I have turned it out and ironed it, so at the moment it is just one long flat piece of material, and then all I'm going to do is fold one side up, stitch down both these sides here, here and here, and then I am just going to put a popper on the front, and that'll be my little pouch finished, and has only taken me 20 minutes or so. I think sometimes you just need an easy project to ease yourself back in. Like I say, otherwise I go gung-ho thinking that I'm going to make a dress in one day, and then I get disheartened when I have nothing to show for my whole day. So I'm glad that I'll have actually made something today, and hopefully we'll still make something else. I don't know if it's just me, but I always end up with loads of scraps, loads of rubbish all next to me. I need to get just a little bin to pop that all into. Excuse me. But now I am just going to add some poppers. Well, I don't know whether to add 2 poppers or just 1 popper. Big decisions around here. I think I'm just going to add 1 popper in the middle, because I've done it so that the bit inside comes up quite far. I don't think I'll be too worried about things kind of falling out of it. So I think I'm just going to go for 1 popper in the middle. Now I just have to find the bits that will go together. So you have like 2 back pieces which should be the same, which are like these little spiky ones. I'll try and show a close up later. And then one that is the bit that has like a little knob. And then one that has just a hole. And then I have a little tool somewhere that helps you push them in. Whoops. Okay. I kind of check what the middle of it is. Mark a little dot where I'm going to put it. Also, I have these chalk pens that I bought from Amazon ages ago. You get loads of different colours but quite frankly they are rubbish. I really wouldn't recommend them. Next time I'm just going to get myself some old-fashioned tailor's chalk, because the bits that come inside, I like this, but this is the only one I have left that is all intact. They're really easy to break, so I really wouldn't recommend them. I don't know if anyone else has used them and finds something different, but for me they don't really work very well. But I'm just using it because it's what I have at the moment. Right. So I need to measure the inside. A bit more fiddly than I expected. But when is it not? Sorry, that's probably very loud. Give it a good squeeze. And there is the first bit in. And then we just do the same with the other side. Squeeze. And there you have it. That pops into there just like that. And that is my first project done today. I'm glad I have got something finished. It has been a long time since I last got something finished with sewing, so, and she holds it behind the sewing machine so you can't see it. But this is what I have ended up making. It is literally just a tiny little pouch, probably the easiest thing you've probably seen anyone make on the internet, but it's got a little popper, and then it's just somewhere I can put all my bits and pieces, and I'm doing my knitting projects mostly, so things like my tapestry needles, my my tape measure, so tape measure. She says I have a tapestry needle somewhere, but yeah, I can just put lots of little bits and pieces in it, and then I can keep that in my project bag when I'm taking bits around with me, and now I won't be losing everything at the bottom of the project bag, so I'm very happy with that. Next we're going to try and make the top that I mentioned from the Essential Clubs. So I am going to literally just follow her tutorial. I'm quite thirsty today, so excuse me. But I'm literally just going to follow her tutorial. I think I actually am going to use the same fabric. I think this would be really nice for a summer top. So I think I'm going to try and use this if I have enough material. I think I should do, but we'll see. I will link the video in the description box below, but I'm literally just going to follow the tutorial, cut it out the way that she says to, do all my measurements, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so I have 6 side stitched them, and now I'm just going to get a safety pin, I was going to say a paper clip, and turn them so that they are right sides facing. Okay, so I have turned those right sides out and then just ironed them so that the seam is along the back sides of the straps. And then it did take a little bit of figuring out because in her video she does explain it very, very well. But just making sure that I got it the right sides and the wrong sides all the right way, because she uses a gingham fabric that you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so we're nearly there. I have now gone around all the outside, then zigzag stitched it all inside, and then turned it the right way out, and I have ironed it. So I think the only things left to do are to hem the facing and hem the actual top, and then sew the side seams together, and then I'll be finished, which I'm going to be very grateful for because I'm getting hungry now. I'm weary, and it's gone lunchtime, so I'm having a cup of tea, and then I am going to make myself finish this and then make myself some lunch. So hopefully we get this finished soon. Okay, so that's my 2 projects finished for the day. I have just finished my top, which looks a bit like this. I will try it on, although I'm not sure it's particularly body friendly because, you know, it is a crop top at the end of the day. But that is my first finished garment, so I'm pretty impressed with that. I was getting a little bit tired towards the end because I didn't listen to the instructions very well, and I did the side seams together, not actually listening to the instructions. So then I only had to unpick it again. Well, I say again, just the once, but I had to unpick the side seams and do that bit again because I hadn't listened to the instructions properly. But yeah, that's it all finished. I'm really happy with that. And then I also finished my little pouch as well. So 2 things made out of the same fabric. And I still have a bit left to use, make some scrunchies or something for the summer, but yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, bye. Okay, so sadly there won't be any footage of me wearing the top because I just tried it on and it's huge, even with a big pregnant belly. It's quite gapey under here, so I'm going to need to make some adjustments to it. But the fact is, I made my own garment today for the first time ever. I have never done that before. It was quite an easy process. The instructions that the Essentials Club give are really good and really easy, as long as you pay attention to them and don't just go off on your own accord thinking that you know what you're doing when you don't. But yeah, I would definitely make it again. It just needs some alterations really. I just need to take it in a bit at the sides, which is easy to do. But yeah, it was really easy. I'm glad I made it. I really like the fabric. Like I say, it is just huge. I actually watch Alex Bennett's videos all the time. I'm obsessed with her. She does sewing videos, and I have watched all of her videos multiple times probably. I love her. But she always says that you should try things on as you're making them. And I did not listen to that information, that solid information and advice. So it's my own fault really. I'm still really happy with it. I'm glad that I finished it. I have made my first garment in a day, in a couple of hours. Took me a bit longer because I've been filming it. But I'm really happy with that. And then I made my little pouch. So yeah, all in all, I had a happy day sewing. Thanks for joining me. Bye.